All right. Is everything working? Yes. Yes. All right. Hey, cartoon fans. Welcome back to another stream. It's been a while. And today, we are looking at the Scooby-Doo show. And, man, this is a long series, so let's look at it. So we got a lot to talk about in today's video live stream thing. I'm thinking, like, differently here, but everyone in chat, let me know how I sound. Let me know what the how the audio is with the background music, if everything sounds right, all that, and then we can get started on the first episode, because there are 40 episodes in multiple seasons of the Scooby-Doo show that premiered in 1976, and its final air date was all the way in 1978, as the first season aired as part of the Scooby-Doo Dynamite Hour. The second season was a Laugh Olympics thing with Scooby-Doo's All-Stars. And the third season was called the third season of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? So it's very confusing, the run of the Scooby-Doo show. It is a very strange set of episodes, with some being very well made and some being not good at all. Like the animation also is a big thing too, which we'll get at. But first, if I'm not mistaken, let's see here. I think we had a little problem with the recording, so let's see here. Pretty sure it starts us off on the wrong episode on our clip, so I think our first two, yes, see, I edited it wrong, guys, so this setup here is on the third episode with the crocodile, but our first two, with the first one being High Hair Razor with the ghost of the whatever the guy's name is, I completely forgot. But let me double check here before we begin, because I need to fact check myself here to see what I did, because that was a blunder on my part. Let me see. Because I was editing all these clips like a second ago, so let's see here. Isn't that the? If I did record, I didn't. What? So I completely forgot to record the first two episodes, which I thought I did. I remember doing that like a few days ago, but I guess not, so let's talk about them, alright? So our first episode, High Hair Razor, or whatever it is called, High Raise Hair Razor is the first episode, the Scooby-Doo Dynamite Hour, in the first episode of, you know, the Scooby-Doo show. And it is a crazy one, as Scooby and the gang get a job. Yes, a job. While they're realizing that they really don't have any money, so Shaggy and Fred and Scooby work in a construction site that's being haunted by the ghost of Ebenezer Crab. And it doesn't go well, as it kind of reminds me of A Clue for Scooby-Doo, in which Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby go visit the great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter of Ebenezer, Nettie Crab. And Ebenezer is going around this construction site trying to stop it from being built so he can steal, like, I think jewelry or something. Let me see here. No, it's stolen money. And it turns out him and you know, the great-granddaughter or whatever, they're two guys in disguise that were also working there. Yeah, so they wanted to slow down business of the construction so they could look through a special lens to rob a bank or something like that. And it was Red Sparks as Ebenezer and Jim Rivets as Nettie Crab. This episode is pretty good, and it does show us the new style of what the Scooby-Doo show is going for, with the, it's more of a down-to-earth, like, look at the gang. Like, they're looking for a job. They're, like, eating pizza and stuff, and then they're working construction. It is still classic Scooby-Doo, of course, but, like, it's like pretty weird, man. It's like it doesn't feel like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Which makes sense because this is the 3rd series of Scooby-Doo. And there's just a certain feeling to it I can't really explain. But this episode is not bad at all. It's actually like pretty good for a first episode of any show. And the villain, he's okay. You know, it's a blue guy with kind of a vampire looking look to him. And by the way, here's our tiers. We got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier. Pretty simple. You might realize here, these are not all the episodes. And you also realize there's not title cards. That's something I noticed while watching the Scooby-Doo show. There aren't title cards until 2 episodes in season 2 randomly had them. And then the 3rd season had all of the title cards. So very strange. This episode, I think, is a pretty good one. Not the best. I think it goes in B, like a low B tier, in my opinion. My bad for not having the clips up, because I would really want to show you the episode, but most of you probably know this one, as it is in many DVDs. And I can't say that for a lot of these episodes. So, let's move on to a Fiesta host is an Aztec ghost, which I don't have clips for. I thought I recorded these for the stream. Unfortunately, I did not. But, yeah, you guys agree with this? Yes. B or C? Yeah, I'm thinking low B, you know, a high C even. So we're just going to put it on B, and it's going to be at the bottom when we put other stuff at B. So anyway, next episode, you would know it. It's right here, down here, if you can see that little picture there. The Fiesta host is an Aztec ghost, and this has a feeling of, you know, tiki scare is no fair. It was pretty strange episode. The gang go to Mexico to go to a fiesta, and it gets canceled when the ghost of Katazuma attacks. And this ghost is huge, but then sometimes in the episode he's not huge. It's very weird. And he has this little henchman, which is this statue that moves around. And they meet these explorers who talk about the legend, and funny enough, these professors are them. Who would have guessed? And they did all this for a smuggling thing. Like, it was they were stealing from the pyramid that they were talking about with Katazuma, and they wanted to scare everyone away so they could steal all the jewels and money and such. If you like those episodes like Mystery Mask, Mix Up, I'm comparing this one to older episodes, because that's kind of like, for people who watched this episode when it came out, that's what they would know, you know? They wouldn't know, like, Mystery Incorporated or anything like that. So, I think it's good. It's not great. I think it might even be lower than the, you don't remember the episode? I wish I had the clips, because you probably would recognize it if you checked it out. But I think it's going to be lower than the first one, just because I don't like where they all, like, they're in Mexico for a fiesta. Like, there's not really any reasoning. They just stumbled upon this, and the villains are just running around chasing the gang. They're not really spooky or scary. It's a statue and a giant who is obviously a projector, which the gang find out. They're not really scared by them. It's pretty obvious they're just people under a costume in the end when the gang find their whole hijacking operation. So I think it's mid. You know, it's not D tier, but it's not A tier or anything crazy. Now we have stuff that I can actually show you with the... I gotta change my settings here, because it keeps resetting each time I freaking click on it. But, we have the Gator Ghoul from the episode... What's the episode called, guys? It's the next one. The Gruesome Game of the Gator Ghoul. Let's check this out. Alright. Yes, the 3rd episode. So I do have clips for this one. Finally, you know. I do like this one. We meet Scooby-Doo for the first time. That is big news, guys. Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo. And we meet his caretakers, which are the... Oh my gosh, what are their names, bro? They're owners of Kooky Cola and... No, Finoki Fizz. Yes. Their name is Ma and Pa Skillet. Who would have guessed? We're in, like, the South, so, you know. And they are losing business because of a Gator Ghoul. Believe it or not. A gator. Yes. And the Gator Ghoul is pretty cool of a villain. When the gang are looking around, they realize that, you know, the Gator is ruining their business for a reason. Because the other owner of Kooky Cola is getting more business now because of Finoki Fizz losing business in whatever fritters or something. It's a big food thing. So Shaggy and Scooby love this because of the food. And Scooby-Doo is pretty hilarious. There are some funny gags, which we'll get at if this thing keeps going. I do need to edit something real quick with the video portion here. Real fast. Okay, we're good. We're good now. That was fast, right? All right. Scooby-Doo is goated. He is awesome. Yeah, the swamp background is creepy when we do see backgrounds. Like, we're mostly indoor here. We got the Fizz, and the gang realized that the Gator is a prop for a movie that was shot in this area. So they found like a old skin of him and stuff. This is the funny part. You guys probably know that clip where it's like, okay, I'm not even gonna talk it. You know it, bro. It's Shaggy with the freaking feet joke, bro. It's pretty funny. But this episode is pretty fun. Of course, classic Scooby-Doo chases. The Gator Ghoul is a very iconic villain for the Scooby-Doo show this early in, because he was in Cyber Chase, as some of you might know, and I think that is kind of shows that you're somewhat iconic if you're coming back like that. And I think there are some toys and merch of him too. So pretty cool. He gets stuck. Not a he, because we realize that the villain is the owner of Kooky Cola. Who would have guessed? And her whole plan was to ruin their operation so she can make more money. And she was kind of like acting like someone else, being like a caretaker to get into it. She wanted to get revenge for Kooky Cola for firing her. Actually, I've completely forgot, guys. she wanted to ruin Finoki Fizz by scaring away all the workers, and she did do that. So, I mean, she kind of won there. On top of a very intimidating Gator with like those bright eyes that like make like a yellow filter on the gang and stuff. So I think Gator Ghoul episode is iconic, you know, but I don't think it's my favorite. I think a high B. Is this the first episode where the main criminal is a woman? So I'm gonna put it high B, and I don't think so, because if we want to be technical here, foul play in Funland, that the guy's sister kind of sabotaged, made Charlie the Robot bad, kind of counts. What else? I know there's another one. Yeah, Scooby-Doo, new Scooby-Doo movies, I'm pretty sure had a few. Like those two old people in the Addams Family episode, the grandma and grandpa. So that's a she. So there are some. Give it A. I don't think it's that good. It is a very iconic and well-received episode. But you want to know one that's better? I don't know about better, but I think it's higher up than the Gator Ghoul one, and that is, of course, our favorite. Come on, no, come on, guys, stop explaining the freaking. Come on. See, I don't want to skip ahead because I freaking mess it up when I'm skipping. There we go. Here he is. The 10,000 volt ghost. From What a Shocking Ghost. It's like a watt, you know, like for electricity. And this is the 4th episode. We're moving along here. We got to go faster because there are 3 seasons with 40 episodes, bro. And we're on episode 4. So I hope you guys are ready for a long stream, because it's gonna be a long one. So we got the 10,000 volt ghost when the gang come across him in Winter Haven because they're just passing by looking for food, run out of gas, and this town has no electricity, which is insane because even for the 70s, that is like hard to, like, how are you gonna live and get food middle of winter in literally called Winter Haven? And the story behind him is a worker was doing the power lines broke, he got electrocuted. The 10,000 volt ghost is the most memorable ghost from the Scooby-Doo show. I might agree, but I probably would agree, but there are some contenders, you know, the tar monster as like one, but there are better, of course. This guy is probably the most memorable, being in the second Scooby-Doo movie, second live action Scooby-Doo movie. And he was in, there's a lot of toys of him too. Yeah, it looks like the monster from the Cyber Chase if you had a cousin. Yeah, this is the orange version. We have the blue version in the Cyber Chase. This is the orange version of him. And man, great episode. I think the pacing is a little slow, as many of the Scooby-Doo show episodes have very slow pacing. Like some of these episodes are, I gotta put the speed up, man. I'm not saying my attention span's cooked, but these are slow-paced episodes, some of them. But in the end, it turns out 10,000 volt ghost is none other, if I can freaking find it, because I kind of forgot again. It was the mayor and also the guy who went missing. So the guy that the mayor talked about getting electrocuted and supposedly dying is also just the 10,000 volt ghost. And the tech they used is, I think it's a little sci-fi. He had like a battery pack that made him the 10,000 volt ghost. I don't really know, but they want to scare everyone off the town so they can buy the land cheap. Kind of stupid, because this is a horrible area. I don't care if you're gonna make like Disney World here. You're in the middle of nowhere, Wintertown, USA. You are in the coldest. This is probably Antarctica, bro. This is. I don't know about that. And the 10,000 volt ghost is very intimidating, as he can melt doors off and stuff with his electricity. So I'm very confused of how, you know, the guy didn't die, like, operating that suit, but we don't talk about that. But it was crazy, dude. That's crazy. And the episode, I think, is really good. Next episode is better. So let's talk about what we think of the 10,000 volt ghost episode. I think this is a very iconic and important episode of the Scooby-Doo show. Obviously, the plan was not that smart. The villain, very iconic. You know, I love the outfit and all of that, right? But I can't put myself to say A tier for this. I have to do a high B, because there are better episodes. I'm saving for better. We just started season 1, guys. There are multiple seasons. Now, I gotta take back what I just said, because our next episode is none other than the Headless Horseman of Halloween, bro. The gang are at a Halloween party with Shaggy getting some food, Scooby-Dum having a grand old time. The gang are having an awesome time when a Headless Horseman, you know, spoils the fun. So let's talk about the Headless Horseman of Halloween, the 5th episode of the Scooby-Doo show. It is amazing. I love the Halloween Scooby-Doo episodes, as do many, and Scooby-Dum is awesome, man. High A tier? Are you talking about the last episode or this one? I think this one easily A tier. Just gonna spoil that now. But there are some downsides. like the villain, which we're about to talk about after we talk a little bit about the Headless Horseman design. You know, Horseman, Sleepy Hollow, it's been around forever, the tale of the Headless Horseman. Sleepy Hollow is goated, by the way. Great place to visit. The animation, outfit, and all that, very well done. It is a very well done, it's basic, right? But it is done so well that I think it works, like, really, like, it just works a lot in this episode. And their friend who was hosting the party talks about the story of Ichabod Crane in the Headless Horseman, about how her great-great-grandfather was Ichabod, and Headless Horseman is coming back for revenge. And then I think her aunt or something has a piece of jewelry, like expensive thing that her cousin, her uncle, we're about to get to it actually. This butler guy is, you know, the red herring is something. Before I continue with the story here, take a good look at this butler. All right, who does he look like? It is a recolor of the butler from the Redbeard episode. And I don't think that's the last time they redo him. So this, yeah, that lady right here. That's her aunt. And then her other uncle, it goes to the bank, because he knows the guy at the bank, to, you know, safely give her $1 million piece of necklace, you know. Yeah, Redbeard, yeah. Yes, so you're right, Lighthouse in the chat. Dude, the amount of cut villains in the second live action Scooby-Doo movie, including the Headless Horseman, like you just said, is pretty insane. Like, there are a lot from the Scooby-Doo show, and I'm not going to point out every single one. You guys in chat can talk about it amongst yourselves, but yes, the Headless Horseman, very cool design, and I wish he was in that movie over some of the ones they did have. I mean, we can't win them all as Scooby fans, okay? But at least we can see what they were working, like what they were doing. I really wish Scooby-Dum showed up in more episodes. I do too, but I don't at the same time, because he gets annoying after a while. Hot take: Scooby-Dum is better than Scrappy. I think they're both alright. You know, they're not really, oh, I need him in this episode. He adds so much. I wouldn't say that about Scrappy or Scooby-Dum. But anyway, this uncle guy, I feel like this would tell, like, Velma or someone in the game would be like, okay, well, it's him. He comes back with Elwood's head. Oh no, what happened? He died. Oh, he took his head. No, it's Elwood, guys. That's the villain. And after a crazy amount of antics, they catch him. After a lot of flying around and whatnot, they catch him, and who would have guessed? It's not a mask, it's just Elwood, and he wanted to steal the necklace, escape on a plane, go live in a different country or something. Yes, the ending is stupid, but throughout the episode, the Headless Horseman is awesome. I love this episode, mainly because I had it on DVD for a long time. I watched it over and over again. That's going to be biased, of course, but it's great. It's great. It's an A tier, not a high A tier, just an A tier. You know, just a normal A tier. What do we say in chat here? To be fair, he did appear. Okay, yeah. So yeah, some of the games had a lot of Scooby-Doo show villains too. Yeah, you're right. It would have been a cool twist, but who would it have been then? The butler? That would have been too obvious. They can't do that. Okay, yeah. The one from the Boo Brothers, and, like, you know, we could talk about Goblin King too, like the movie. Yeah, obviously those are better, but this one set the groundwork for those, you know? Yes, a lot of these monsters do benefit from, like, me watching the episodes a lot, but some don't. Some don't. I'm not going to be biased for all of these. Some of them were surprising, I do, but yeah, the list is going to be a little obvious, but, you know, some might surprise you. I might put some good episodes really far down. You never know. You never know. So, A tier, I like the list so far. Next episode, this one's weird. This is a weird episode. The next one is it's strange. It's strange. So let's look at it. All right. Yeah, this one. We're moving on to the wizard episode. Magic, warlocks, and all that crap, bro. We got a lot going on in the next episode. Scared a lot in Camelot. This is a experimental one. This one, I feel like this is like the Scooby-Doo show realized they can just do whatever. They don't have to be Scooby-Doo, where are you? They can do some weird freaking stuff. Because this one, they can go to, they're driving in New England after visiting this magician, and they, you know, Shaggy and Scooby ruined his show. That's not gonna come back later or anything. That's not, no, it's not gonna. Anyway, they go to Shaggy's uncle's castle, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and his uncle inherited King Arthur's castle from, like, you know, medieval, like the story time, like the fairy tale thing. And sent it to New England stone by stone. And he also sent over a ghost and a black knight, which we're gonna see soon. And this episode is insane. We meet the caretaker, this guy, little gremlin looking guy. And what a weird episode, dude. I'm about to explain why if we freaking move on. But it is very strange, as we have a wizard guy, which is from the intro of the Scooby-Doo show. If you know, you know, if you saw the intro. And the Black Knight. This is not the Black Knight from, this is like if the Black Knight from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, like, had a glow up, or just went, like if he was actually, like, intimidating. And this guy's got spikes, he's got the black armor, you know, you can't really even see who he is. And if I skip around here a little bit, if I freaking find it, Yo. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Shaggy and Scooby get hypnotized and turn evil, and they try to kill the gang. Yeah, what? What? And anyways, after the gang heal Shaggy and Scooby from their crazy, like, what the heck? They find Shaggy's uncle he's in an extreme freaking scenario here. This is like, what? Couldn't you just put handcuffs on him? Like, he is chained to a wall, dude. What the heck? Anyway, the gang goes look around, solve more clues. Shaggy's uncle is hilarious. He's just like Shaggy. He's like, no, I'll stay here. No, I'm gonna go eat with the boys. I'm not. No. Like, it's hilarious. He's not anything. He's not even different, bro. And anyway, the Black Knight, this one, it's a cool version, but not really original. You know, it's Merlin, I think, the Ghost of Merlin or something. And it turns out, I skipped too much. All right. Wait, I thought the magician came back. Guess not. Guys, forget about that magician from the intro. He did not matter. Yeah, so it was the caretaker and this other dude. And they wanted to find... Oh, get this. Shaggy's uncle's name is Shagworthy. Yo. What a name, dude. And they wanted to find Shagworthy's fortune, so they did this. Yeah. Crazy episode. This is a wild episode. That was wild. When I watched it, I've watched it before. I've watched it plenty of times. It's always weird every time I watch it. It's just, what am I watching? It's not bad. It's not bad. I just don't like it. Not bad, I just don't like it. C tier. C tier. You want to know one I do like? This one everyone likes. You guys are going to love this. Okay? Yeah. It's Harem Scarum Sanitarium or whatever. Harem Scarum. Am I saying it right? Yeah, the Harem Scarum Sanitarium. I did say it right. And we have This guy. I love this opening. The opening of like Niagara Falls with him being on one of the falls. Like, Dr. Coffin, you got aura, bro. He's this guy's intimidating. You got me, man. You got me. Like, dang, dude, dang. Anyway, so the gang are on the border of the U.S. and Canada. I think they're on U.S. going to Canada. I think. And they get stopped by the border patrol because the guy's like, yo, what are you guys doing in the middle of the rain at night? And they're like, yeah, we're trying to pass over, you know, trying to get over to the other side and stuff. And he's like, okay, make sure you just don't go the way where the sanitarium is, because that's like spooky and all that. So they're like, oh, all right, we're not gonna do that. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, Mr. Canadian guy. The lightning flips the sign, and they end up at this guy's place, and we antics ensue, to say the least. We meet this like little guy, another caretaker, a little dude as a caretaker, and he tells the gang about Dr. Coffin. He's very chill about it. He's like, yeah, Dr. Coffin comes here every now and then, takes a few bodies, brings them to the border, comes back, takes a few more of his henchmen, you know. Like, he's like, what? And then we see this scene of like this hypnotizing thing that he does is pretty crazy. What do you mean gore, bro? Yeah, this is a Scooby-Doo show. I don't think they're gonna do all that, but yeah, I guess you're right. I guess they'd make him a little more dead instead of just giving him a shine, you know, give him a little shine to him. But yeah, he hypnotizes Scooby with this dog thing. This episode did feel the most real until it didn't. Like I was saying, the opening is amazing. Like, yes, the plan was very well thought out, which I'm about to get to after this little chase scene with Shaggy and Scooby and the brain switching stuff. It's hilarious. It is a fun scene. Whole episode is pretty fun. And then it's scary when it wants to be. It really is. When the gang find those bodies and then Fred finds like, oh, they're gold. This is a border hopping gold operation. And that, you know, the whole, if you never watched the episode, seeing those bodies and crap, being like, as a kid or something, what am I watching? Like, you know, type of thing. But no, it's a gold operation. It's a gold operation. They're smuggling gold. And the gang follow them into the under Niagara Falls or something crazy like that. We catch the Dr. Coffin and his coffin henchman. As, alright, this is where it gets goofy, right? They're smuggling the gold, right? They're wrapping the gold in bread wrapping. Yo, gold is, if you guys don't know, gold is very heavy. Gold is very, very heavy. Okay? Alright, you guys got that? Gold's heavy. No one's gonna know if it's in a bread container. Yeah. So that, you know, it's kind of stupid, but besides that, this is an amazing episode. Very intimidating, very scary. Feels like if Scooby-Doo, Where Are You had like, if it was bigger, you know, Scooby, it kind of feels like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You episode. It feels like a bigger episode. If that makes sense. All right. What do we think? I'm thinking high A. I don't think it's an S tier episode. Will we have an S tier episode? I don't know. I do enjoy this one a lot, and the next one I do enjoy too. I think the Scooby-Doo show suffers from this, but it's also a good thing. When you're watching each season, there are a stream of very good episodes mixed with very bad ones. Like, you get 2 really good ones and like 4 mid episodes. And we're gonna get to those right after we get to a really, really good one, which is, drumroll, the no-face zombie, bro. This episode, dude. This episode, let me tell you, it's interesting. It's an interesting episode. It is like very experimental. I think, dude, Actually, hold up for a second here. I'm trying to figure something out. Yeah, the No Face Zombie Chase Case, which I do have on VHS. Like, just the episode. It's pretty cool. But we're finally, like, we're about halfway done now with season 1. Yo, it's been 40 minutes. Let's hurry up here. So we got the No Face Zombie. This zombie steals a very, very valuable coin. How valuable, you might be asking? I don't know. Let's see if he grabs it. Can you grab the coin? There it is. This coin is related to something, and it leads the gang to the Dilly Dally Toy Factory. And they meet the people telling them to leave. They sneak in anyway. The zombie chases them around a lot, and this one's goofy, yes. We got crazy stuff like Scooby getting cloned. If we get to it, it shows up for like a second. Yeah, there's a gorilla here, dude. Dude, a lot is going on after that very creepy beginning with the No Face Zombie. The No Face Zombie, I think is an amazing villain. Like, the look of him, it's great. It looks awesome. But that's all it is. And then it gets like, look at this, bro. There's just a gorilla. And obviously Hanna-Barbera doesn't have many sound effects, so they just used the one for the ape man from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The R, you know, from... you would know if you hear it. And yeah, ape man antics. Yo, take a good look at this, guys. What is this? This episode just goes hog wild after the beginning, dude. The opening is amazing. It is amazing. Then it just goes to insanity, dude. And I like it. I like how it does that. But it doesn't work well with the gang still being serious after, like, oh my gosh, there's 50 Scoobies. Come on, gang, let's solve the mystery. Like, if the gang were a little bit more wacky, maybe it would work. The jokes land occasionally, you know. But yeah, it turns out, I want to show you guys this because this is like where we start getting like really cool animation in the Scooby-Doo show. Is when we get our first door gag. Alright, I can't say our first door gag. I can't say it because I don't know. I didn't fact check before doing the stream. So, if we get to it, if we even, like... Just watch this, bro. The ape is in the car. Anyway, this door gag, I think it might be our first one. It might not be our first one. It's good. But guess what happens? If I skip correctly. Look at that, bro. They hit the No Face Zombie, and it turns out he really doesn't have a face. Look at this animation, dude. I can't say animation. Look at the art. Look at the art. It's so cool. It's very scary. Like, it just looks like... I don't know how to explain it, but... man, is it good, though. Like, great job on the artists. But, obviously, since he's a robot, the ape is the real villain. So, that really, really puts it down, because you know how I feel about Ape Man as a villain. Freaking Carl, the stuntman, dude. I'm not Joe Goes Over, so I can't, like, you do that, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And it was, who was behind it? I think it was Mr. Dilly or something, or Mr. Dally. One of the owners, they want to steal the coin because it's worth $1 million. So, you know. This episode, this is an interesting episode, to say the least. Beginning's awesome, end is crazy. It is a crazy, wild episode. I don't think it's better than the 10,000 Volt Ghost, but I do think it's better than the Crocodile. So it's going above the Crocodile, but below 10,000 Volt Ghost. Now, before we move on to some very bad stinkers, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Yeah. And we're back. Just like that. Alright. I think we are experiencing a little lag right now, so just stand by here. Until we get that going. Alright. Okay. Everything working? All 12 of you, let me know what's going on here. Alright. We're good? No, we're not good. That doesn't look so good. We're good now? Okay. Alright. Next episode. Everyone's favorite. No, it's, I don't know about favorites, but it is interesting. It is a very interesting one, so let's look at it. We got Mamba Wamba and the Voodoo Hoodoo. This is a crazy one. This is strange, alright? So the gang are at their friend's concert, and it's their old friends that are now in a music group, and they start to sing a new song based off of an ancient voodoo chant, which doesn't sound that good at all. Sounds pretty bad. And, well, the song, it creates an actual, ghost shows up from the song. It's pretty insane. And, well, a lot happens, alright? So the gang go investigate with their friends because one of their bandmates went missing because of this ancient chant, which makes a shaman come back from the dead, and he turns them into zombies, I guess. It's, what the heck, dude? It's an interesting one, man. Freaking chants, ancient crap, it's a little interesting as that for an episode. But if I can pull this up here. All right, we're back up with Wi-Fi. My bad. Okay. All right. Yeah. So very strange episode. I love the backdrops in this episode. The mansion they go to record the song in, and all this other just the outside. The zombie, sure, it's a recolor of the zombie from The Witch and the Zombie, it's, but is there background music, guys? Are we good? We're good on stream? Okay. I'm making sure here. We got the zombie. It's a reskin of the zombie from The Witch and the Zombie, like I just said. Mamba Wamba, he's alright. Looks a little weird. If I say so myself, I mean. The gags are funny. The music approach, I do enjoy that. It's pretty cool. The music, all that. Pretty cool. I don't have much to say about this one. It is a insane episode. And it turns out in the end that the girl that was in their band that went missing, who turned into a zombie, as we can see here, yeah, she was part of the bad guys. She wanted to have the band steal away the rights. She wanted them to sign the rights to the music over to her so she can sell it because I guess it would be a big hit. I wish I could play the song because it sounds horrible. It's just them yelling random things with horrible music in the back. It's not good. Is background music too quiet? Am I like absurdly loud compared to the background music? If so, I can fix that right now, but up to you guys. If whatever sounds good for you guys, it's whatever. Alright, anyway. Let's forget about the background music at this point. This episode is something. It is a really wild time. I have little to say about it just because of how strange it is. Like, yeah. Anyway. Like I said, there are going to be episodes that are really good, and we got some stinkers. This is not a stinker, but it's on its way to be a stinker. So I think a D tier. You know, I don't like it. I don't dislike it. Backgrounds are cool. I like seeing the zombie again. You know, the zombie, he's awesome. One that is, I think the next episode is better by a little bit, and that is the demon episode. A frightened hound meets demons underground, and it is our 10th episode of the Scooby-Doo show. Now, this one is interesting. There's a lot going on, but a little at the same time. As our bad guys are basically... Dude. There are a lot of these demons, but there's like 2 villains, I'm pretty sure, behind it. Because it was like a projection, and they explained back then this guy like used this thing to make the demons not attack this guy. Who, guys, spoilers, he's the villain. Who would have guessed? He runs from the crime scene, like he runs after the gang, find more clues. The demons... They find the demons. The demons they look interesting. They're these buff, tiny things with wings and horns. I mean, they're the most mid-looking demon I've seen. But it is very interesting for Scooby-Doo Are You to go into a full supernatural thing with the demons. You know, they have ghosts. They have ghouls. Demons? That's new for the Scooby Gang, going into the dark realm of, all that. So, it's different. It is different. I think animation in this one's pretty cool. The design, the run, like, all that cool. The villain looks nice. It's a good design. Better than the freaking witch doctor looking guy from last one that's just like Tiki Tia in the other guy. Like... This is unique. It's like when they did the Ghost Clown. It is unique. Episode isn't that good. They catch the guy who runs from the crime scene. There was a jewel smuggling operation with him and this other person. And they wanted to steal treasures from an underground city where the demons came out of, because they came out of the ground. So they did that to just like scare people away so they can search underground for the treasure. It's better than, like I said, it's better than the other one. I think it's bottom of C tier. I think I need to watch it more, let it grow on me a little bit. It has potential. There are some references to Scooby-Doo Where Are You? We got some, like, they're in like a wax museum with some recolors of, Scooby-Doo villains. Potential. There is potential here. You want to know an episode that doesn't have any potential, that just straight up sucks? You want to know? So, yeah, that's our next episode. What is it called? Let's see a name for it. If we cut to it here. Yeah, this one. It's got this You got the ghost bull, guys. It's a bull in the sky. Let's see here. Let's see what is this episode? A weird name. I know that. Some of these names, a bum steer for Scooby. That's the name. A lot of these names for the Scooby-Doo show episodes don't have anything to do, or they have little to do with the actual episode. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying. So the gang is on their way to a cattle ranch to visit Daphne's uncle when they come across this flying bull in the sky. Why? I don't know. He's just flying around. This episode is a lot like the Witch Doctor, original Witch Doctor episode, which I have a video on. You were always disappointed when this episode came on. I would be too. You know, they were trying to make it good, but it's really just a redo of the Witch Doctor episode with the dog napping, but this time it is a bull rustling operation where they steal the bulls from Daphne's uncle and sell them. I mean, look at this. This is just like copy for copy of the ancient Indian thing from, you know, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And look at this guy. Doesn't he look familiar? It looks a lot like the Witch Doctor from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? What the heck? Who would have guessed? It's just a recolor. There is maybe a little bit difference in the mask. You got to put them side by side, really, to really know. He's definitely muscular. This guy's a muscle. He's a muscle guy. This guy's putting on some muscle, but other than that, he's just a racial stereotype of like a Indian guy with the. I'm not even gonna get into it. Like what he's doing is Anyway, the gang. It's just the gang walking around, looking at. Oh, look at this! This is pretty cool. Cool relic. Is it a clue? I don't know. It's a lot of walking around. Not a lot of gags. Then we got the whole other section of the episode with the bulls, where they gotta find Daphne's uncle after all that. Even like Shaggy and Scooby dressing up as a bull to like blend in, I guess, because one of the guys was also dressed up as a bull. It wasn't just the Indian guy. It was also you're about to see in a second. Like, yo, I would not. You can pay me so much, bro. Yo, you can't pay me enough, bro. I'm not doing that. anyway, that's funny. The end of the episode is pretty funny. That's not going to redeem it much, though, because it's going to go in D tier under the one with the band, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. Why am I even saying that? It's not F tier. I think it's a solid D tier for what it is, you know. But, yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. So next up we have the Demon Shark episode. Another demon, bro. Another one. I think it's the Demon Shark. Because we also had a Demon Shark in the new Scooby-Doo movies. So, is it? Yes. There's a Demon Shark in the Foggy Dark. That's the name of the episode. It's an interesting one. I feel like I'm saying that for all of these due to just how experimental the Scooby-Doo show was. So I could just be saying that, but also maybe not. So the intro of this episode is a lot like, with Shaggy's expression, you already know, Scooby-Doo on the skis with the shark going after him from the intro of the Scooby-Doo show. I thought that was cool. I was like, I wondered what episode it was from. It's from this one. Of course, I've seen this episode, but I kind of forgot. So, you know, whatever. It's still fun. So, the gang go to a marine exhibit to see this shark that they found, that the marine found that was frozen for 1 million years. And it's like the caveman episode, but with a shark. I'm not joking. That's what it is. I feel like Hanna-Barbera just like rehashed stuff, you know. They just redid stuff with to put a different thing of paint on it, you know. But it was fine. It's good. This episode's good. I like the caveman episode from Scooby-Doo Are You, so I like this one too. The demon shark is pretty cool. It's not unique, of course, because we saw almost the same exact thing in the new Scooby-Doo movies, but for what it is interesting. And can we see the demon shark? There he is. That's the demon shark, all frozen. We unmasked the villain as a Mr. Wells, just a guy. He wasn't even the professor or anything. And he wanted to steal some pearls from the marina, so that's what he did. Or he tried to do. As we can see here, they caught him. So he didn't do a good job. So, the Demon Shark episode, it had a lot of potential. It's like the Caveman episode where, you know, the caveman. I'm thinking C tier above the Demon episode. I like the theme. I like the marine. Speaking of which, yeah, our next episode is also another marine episode. The gang is on a ship, and we got a lot of villains this time. We got a lot of monsters, ghosts and ghouls. So hope you're ready for this one. The gang are on their French guys. This guy's French, I think. They're on the ship, just sightseeing, I think. I'm pretty sure. And, well, there were some ghosts on this ship when a bunch of crew people leave. Why'd they leave? The ghost, you know, they were scaring them away. They had to leave. Conveniently, there were 3 of them, and now there's 3 villains. So that wouldn't come back. That doesn't mean anything, right, guys? No, not at all. So we have a Captain Ghost, like that guy right there. We have Velma. She's not a ghost. But yeah, it's a lot of ship, like the gang are on a ship. It reminds me of the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, when that episode with the ship, when they had the demon on the ship. It kind of reminds me of that, and, well, kind of. You know, it's not that good. But the villains were somewhat iconic. People talk about this episode as, like, one people forgot about, you know, it's like, whoa, what is this episode? And obviously, it is those guys who left. They're the villains, obviously. But we see that Scooby found treasure underneath there was a ship underwater, but these guys were... Alright, a lot to say about these villains, actually. So, the glowing effect on them, very cool. We got an octopus, the Captain Ghost, and green sludge monster. I think it's a great trio. I don't know about you, but it's fun. It's a fun, interesting thing. Animation stepping up a little bit here. Like, we're gonna see later that the animation gets really good. But obviously, it's revealed that is the Free People, and they were trying to steal all the treasure from under the ship. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? This is shocking. Yeah, Shaggy, you take off those masks. Wow, who would have guessed? Before we go to the next episode, this episode is great. It's great. It's fun. It's better than the last water themed episode. I think it's a good B tier. It's not above the high hair razor, the first episode. It's not above that, but it's a good bottom one. It's good under that. Yeah, it's Captain Cutler's big brow. I think all the sea monsters are they're all under the water doing they have little parties and stuff with Captain Cutler and the demon sharks and all them, you know. Next episode is somewhat iconic as it was kind of the start of Scooby-Doo episodes having sports spooks with the sport-related monsters, which we first saw in the new Scooby-Doo movies with the football guy, and now we're still in football though. Yeah, we haven't moved out of football yet to baseball. Well, we won't move there until I think what's new Scooby-Doo, but this one is pretty fun as a guy on the football team goes missing, and this monster is to blame. This very ugly, yucky, disgusting, interesting looking ghost of a dead quarterback or something like that. Very cool. I like how he looks. I like the villain. He's a scarier one, but kind of like Dr. Coffin with the shine. I think they look very similar, actually. Like, I think it might have been a little copy with Dr. Coffin. We don't know, but anyway. Interesting, to say the least. And this ghost is trying to scare everyone away. He's trying to kidnap each of the people on the football team. Why? Why, you might ask? Why? I don't know. I'm about to find out, because I forgot. Who would have guessed? The episode is called The Ghost Who Sacked the Quarterback. Like I said, these titles are pretty insane. So, it turns out that the Rambling Ghost, that's his name, was a disgruntled employee that worked there, and he's just mad at the owner for firing him. Wow. Big news, guys. Scooby's face, yeah, it's funny. But, did I skip too far? Oh, dude. We can't forget the ending, dude. We cannot forget the ending. Dude, so they find the quarterbacks that were kidnapped. So they're like, oh, we're going to solve this mystery now. We know what's happening. Dude, Shaggy becomes a football player. And a lot of antics happen, including them capturing the ghost, like that. Then they go into a shark. Like a mascot shark or something. It is insane. And, dude, they chase him. Holy crap. That's what... I feel bad for the ghost. He's getting tortured. Look at this. What the heck? Look at him. He's so scared. Oh my gosh. The Rambling Ghost the ending is hilarious. I love this. This episode is pretty fun. It's a fun episode. If you like sports, you'll like this one. Turns out to be a disgruntled employee. Pretty basic Scooby stuff. Nothing insane. Not an insane plan. I guess he just felt like being scary. He felt like, I'm just gonna dress up as Dr. Coffin and freaking scare everyone. For rounding off season 1, it is fun. It's fun. It's not anything crazy. It's not a super scary villain or super smart plan or anything. It's probably the most C tier episode we'll get. But I'm thinking here. I really think it deserves a B tier. Under the crocodile episode, but above the first episode. It really deserves that. I enjoy it personally. It's a personal thing here. If I didn't like sports, I probably wouldn't put it up this high. I like it. You want to know another one I like? It's the Technicolor Phantom episode. Everyone loves the Technicolor Phantoms, right? Right, guys? You guys like the Technicolor Phantoms, right? The gang crashed on a slippery street into a ice cream parlor with some spooky colored ghosts haunting it. And we have strawberry, we got vanilla, and we got chocolate. And we got there's a lot of ghosts. And the gang meet this watchman of the ice cream place. And he's hard of hearing. He can't hear her. He's old. Anyway, the gang search around a little bit. Shaggy and Scooby get locked in a freezer. And also almost die from milk. Pretty threatening there. I remember really liking the Technicolor Phantoms episode. Yeah, it is very fun, and I'll explain some reasoning behind that. When the gang are in the area where they keep all the ice cream trucks, Shaggy's freezing in the meantime, though, where they go with the ice cream trucks, and the gang find out that one of these ice cream trucks is an armored car, in which our ghosts are smuggling money from the ice cream place to whatever. They stole millions of dollars, and they're trying to store it in the ice cream area. Shaggy was freezing in that freezer, so he put on a cloak, and he started becoming friends with the Strawberry Phantom until the brown one came, and well, you can guess what happened. And then crazy antics ensue with like, what this, bro? What the heck? And it's hilarious. It's hilarious. These phantoms are great. It's a very fun episode. Very, like, iconic for the Scooby-Doo show. Like, many of you probably recognize this episode with these Technicolor Phantoms, which are obviously reskins of the green ghosts from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? So, you know. It is goofy. It is a very cartoonish episode, and it's not trying to be anything else. It's fun. Shaggy and Scooby almost die from the milk, as I was saying before. And the gang capture these guys in a very goofy trap. And yeah, there's all the money. That is a lot. That's a lot of dough. That's a lot of dough. So after the gang captured him, it is revealed that the watch guard and two other criminals were behind this, as he was posing as the watch guard, but he was actually just a robber who stole from a bank and hid it here, and they were trying to escape by painting the ice cream truck. That is a very smart plan. That was very, very smart. Like, I'm very surprised, actually. Like, that was actually, like, there was actually, like, some smarts there. So that's impressive for a goofy episode. This is a hilarious one. It's fun. It is fun. You're having fun with it. I think it's going to go above the No Face Zombie episode in A tier. Oh, B tier. My bad. B tier. B tier is getting a lot of episodes, and it's going to get a lot more. Probably. Not on this list, though, because we will be moving on to Season 2. If the Green Ghost was included in the episode, I'd like to think he would have been the best. He would have, bro. Or Melon, yeah. Or Mint. The Mint Phantom. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these episodes we start seeing a theme here with, like, multiple villains than just one. There's 2 of them, 3 of them. You know, which we're about to see next, because we got the worst episode of the first season of the Scooby-Doo show. By far. Easily the worst. Easily the worst. There's a reason why they didn't air this one. It stinks. It's a stinky episode. They tried to make wax figures of presidents or important people in history scary. What? Oh no, the wax ghost of Benjamin Franklin. Ah! Yeah. So the gang visit a wax museum, a history exhibit thing in Washington, and they visit at night. So it's like night in the museum. I commend them for doing something. They're doing something. If there was a Green Phantom, it would be like the one in Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? No way. It would. It would. Definitely. Yeah, Traitors of American History. Crazy title. So, of course, the bad guys they're the ones who come to life. And there's some funny gags with, like, the Shaggy and Scooby being oblivious to them being alive, like actual people. But no, this is not a good episode. I wouldn't go out and I would have watched this. So I don't think it's F tier though. But the gang capture them in a crazy trap. See, guys, they're glowing. They're glowing, so they're ghosts. Oh my gosh. This is scary, dude. Yeah, it's not. It's not. Easy low D tier, bro. Not even a question. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is our ranking of Season 1 of the Scooby-Doo show. Season 1. We're an hour and 20 minutes into the stream when we finished Season 1. Yikes. Alright, Season 2 and 3 have less episodes, I'm pretty sure, so it's alright, guys. Well, we will make it through. This isn't going to be a 5-hour stream or anything crazy. Some of the animation is decent enough. Season 1 can bear pretty alright animation, better than the new Scooby-Doo movies. Season 2 in the 3rd season, we'll talk about it. It's impressive. And I think I should make a video on the Scooby-Doo show talking about the animation. Let me know what you guys think about that. We're going to be right back, and then we'll check out Season 2. I can't wait, because Season 2, phenomenal. So, take a look at the ranking, guys. Tell me what you want to change. Like, what would you rank for some of these? Like, would you put the 10,000 volt ghost in A tier, or like the no face zombie? Let me know. I'll be right back very quickly, and we'll talk about it. And we're back, just like that. All right, Season 2 of the Scooby-Doo show. I think it is a jump up in quality from season 1, but the episodes just aren't as good. Not all of them. Some of them are standouts. Season 2, there's definitely like 1 or 2 of these that are pretty good. And the season 2 has a drastic. Season 1 had 16 episodes. Okay, season 2 has 8. That's a cut. I think they might have been thinking like, oh, there's not going to be a third one, but there was. So people enjoyed the Scooby-Doo show enough that there was a third episode. So good on them. All right, so we got the Viking episode, our first of season 2. Something like I would like to tell you, a lot of these episodes you might not know, because season 2 of the Scooby-Doo show wasn't on DVDs at all, like physical media. There really wasn't much, besides, Gramps the Vamp, yeah. So if you want to check out the episodes of season 2 that you don't know, check out Tubi. It's free streaming service. Just throwing it out there. I watched all these episodes on Tubi. Not even sponsored, but I'm just saying, nowhere else. So check it out, especially if you want to see these episodes. So let's check out The Curse of Viking Lake, because this one is interesting. When Velma's Uncle John, this guy right here, is missing. I wonder why. The Vikings didn't get him or anything, right? Surely not. So yeah, Gramps the Vamp at S tier, guys? What? Yes, 8 episodes does show you that they didn't think there would be a season 3. But anyway, these Vikings are unique. I really like the atmosphere of this episode where they're in the woods, they're just like... It's great. It's a great atmosphere. Somehow it's cold though. I don't know where they are, but they're wearing their iconic winter stuff. And the gang find out about Velma's uncle being missing. They go in town. That's a cool shot with the Viking like looking over. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's a bunch of Vikings. I think it's like 2 of them. The gang go to a Viking museum, learning about the Vikings, like what's up with them, I remember the Gramps the Vamp episode was included in the Spookiest Tales compilation. It sure was, and I covered that in a video on the channel. Yes, there are a bunch of Scooby-Doo things on Tubi, so definitely check that out after the stream, of course. Yo, this is gonna be a 3-hour stream, guys. Just grab some snacks, okay? This is gonna be a long one. And if you just saw that for a split second, that Viking looked huge, like an 8-foot Viking. What? Yeah, this episode it's unique. It's interesting. I can't say it's good though. I can't say it's like, oh, this is spectacular. This is the best Scooby-Doo episode I've ever seen. But it's not the worst. It's an easy C tier, if anything. The gags are funny. I mean, they're what is this? What is this scene? Anyway, they capture the Vikings as who? Who they capture them as? Who are they? These guys. There's 3 of them. Once again, the thing with Hanna-Barbera likes putting like, they can't do 2 villains. There's got to be 3 of them if they're gonna do that. So they wanted to steal. These Vikings were stealing uranium, which is a mineral that's expensive, and hid it on a Viking on their Viking boat. So, wow. All right. Yeah, I like how Hanna-Barbera was being somewhat experimental with these unique villains, like they did in Scooby-Doo. Where Are You? Like they didn't just go for a vampire or just a ghost in a thing again. They actually tried to expand a little bit. I can't say that because our next episode is Gramps the Vamp, as everyone is hyped in chat about, because yes, it's awesome. Anyway, this episode is pretty good. Not bad. It's showing us season 2 is going to be experimental. It will be. It will be. So I like that. It's trying a little bit. It's doing a little bit. So Before we move on to everyone's favorite, which we'll get to, okay, I've covered this many times, that episode. What are we doing about this Viking Lake? I love the atmosphere. I love the woods, the Vikings. They're very intimidating because they're so tall. Like, I enjoy that, but unfortunately the episode itself isn't that good. Yes, so the gang are gonna be wearing like the snow clothes, like you just said, and also their oh my gosh, their scuba gear, like in the Scooby-Doo. Where are you? All right, so I personally like this episode a good amount, and since we don't have many, they're gonna just go higher on the list on average. So I'm putting this at B tier, the Viking Lake episode B tier. Moving on, here we go. I know. We are hyped for this one. This one is the crown jewel of Scooby-Doo, being in many compilations, many lists of people's favorite episodes of any Scooby series, even. We got Vampire Bats and Scaredy Cats from Season 2, Episode 2 of the Scooby-Doo Show. Scooby and the gang go to Skull Island to visit just their friend, who is inheriting the hotel on the island that's being haunted by Gramps the Vamp, which is her grandfather, who her uncle tells her about now when she's going to turn 18 and inherit the multi-million-dollar hotel. This episode is very well done. It is unbelievably scary when it wants to be. I mean, check this out. If we cut to it! Okay. My bad. Yes, they're sleeping. And he walks over. Yeah, that's intimidating, bro. In this fade out cut. Okay. I've spoiled it a little bit there, skipping around. He also has the ability to hypnotize whatever their friend's name is. And also turn her into a vampire. I am so bad at skipping around, guys. I like to formally apologize. This is... Okay, wait, go back. No, go back. No. I want to show you guys this because it's flipping awesome. Check this out. This one picture alone shows how awesome this episode is. You see that? The light shining in the background? The art, dude. Alright, I gotta calm down, but it's awesome. It's awesome. Anyway. Forgetting all that. Obviously, her uncle was the bad guy. That uncle, that guy right there. As he told her about the whole thing with her grandpa, which is probably not even true. If that is true, that is insane. That means vampires are real. Right? That means vampires are real in the Scooby-Doo verse. He's probably just lying though, like a Photoshop picture or something. But it turns out, if I skip, there we go. The uncle was Gramps the Vamp. He wanted to scare her away or hypnotize her into signing the deed over to him, so he could, get the inheritance money. We're experiencing lag, so I'm going to chill out for a second. How are we doing, guys? Is there lag? We're gonna, so FYI, the stream's gonna lag occasionally. When it does that, we gotta just let it happen, and eventually it will pass by. All right, so just FYI to everyone in chat. Can't do much about it. So with that said, however, let's see how the background music's doing here. Okay. All right, we're good. Yeah, he also raised her that whole time too. That's kind of crazy. All right, are we good? We're good. Okay. Anyway, chat, let's rank this, shall we? You guys are gonna be mad. I already know it. Everyone being like S tier, S tier. This is going in. Oh, I'm joking. Obviously, bro. It's S tier. It's S tier. This is not an. Chill. It's all right. It's all right. No, it's not. It's not. What episode is this? Yo, whoever made. I didn't make these tier lists, guys. Whoever did this one, just showing the gang. That's not telling me anything. Anyway, let's move on to the next one though. Obviously, this is the S tier. It's awesome, you know. What is the next episode? What kind of? Oh yes, the pterodactyl. Why couldn't they just show the pterodactyl? All right, this one is underrated. I feel like people talk about this every now and then. Pterodactyl. He's in the second Scooby. He's in the second Scooby-Doo live action. Pterodactyl is awesome, dude. He's great, dude. Dude. All right. Let's talk about it. All right. Let's talk about it. Can we get to that part? All right. Yo, Delton Doling, the awesome Shaggy profile picture. Thank you for the donation. Best episode of this series. Which one? Are you talking about the Pterodactyl or the Gramps the Vamp? I mean, I would agree with both, honestly. The Gramps the Vamp is probably the standout of the whole Scooby-Doo show. Like, if we're talking, like, in general. But if we're talking, like, flipping... I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is... It's like, you can't argue saying it's bad. It's it's the standout of the Scooby-Doo show. It's definitely that. Yeah, the Pterodactyl Ghost episode, which we're gonna check out right now, is great as well. This is the gang go to a where are they going? They go to a hang gliding contest, the hang glide, I guess, and the pterodactyl is attacking it. Once again, the atmosphere. Oh my gosh, dude. This atmosphere is amazing. It is... Dude. Anyway. Remember what I was saying with the animation? We're starting to get that here. Check this out. The shine on him, the glow, little tongue movement. That didn't sound right. And the whole thing, dude. This one's great. Gramps, yeah. Okay. You're right. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. Amazing. Okay. So getting her out of hang gliding contest. Dude. The Pterodactyl Ghost. Dude, Hanna-Barbera was just cooking up some crazy stuff, dude. We got Vikings. We have the flipping the demons and crap. Like they were just thinking about anything at this point. And we got Pterodactyl. So the gang go check it out when the Pterodactyl attacks and messes up the hang gliding contest. So they got to figure out who is doing this. Like, what's going on? So, oh, this is... Okay, so you guys can find this one in DVD, actually. See, like I was saying before, like, some of these aren't on DVD. This one is in the 13 Spooky Tales one. Oh, dude. This one has a weird motive. Like, the villain had a weird thing. So the gang, it's like under the radar, but when they're like on their way there, they listen on the radio to like some like hit music or something. Dude. The guy behind Pterodactyl was smuggling vinyls. That's his motive. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed it. You would have guessed that? No, I wouldn't have. So, I mean... Props to him, man. That was a pretty smart idea. And the Pterodactyl, I think, is a very well-designed villain. Dude, I feel like he would be intimidating if he was like 7 feet tall or something, which I think he is in the like what the gang would see. Harem Scarum Sanitarium is easily your favorite episode. I just talked about that one if you just pulled up. So if you want to go back, check that out. Scooby-Doo, whatever last thing there. But yes, awesome. That episode is great. I put it high A tier. on the last list. We have separate tier lists for each season, unfortunately, so you might have to go back and stream to see that. But what else here? Isn't this show the one with the 10,000 volt ghost? Yes, it is. Also back in the stream because we're on season 2 now. Those guys were in season 1, but yes, check it out. I also put that pretty high up, so if you want to go check that out, if you're new to the stream, welcome. But yeah, those are great episodes. This one is pretty comparable, but no one talks about it. Pterodactyl Ghost, like you guys were saying in chat, he's from the second live action Scooby-Doo movie. So the gang they're in a cave a lot of this episode, and it's a whole vinyl smuggling operation, which is interesting. Like, would you have guessed that? No, I wouldn't have guessed that. And I think it's pretty fun. Like, the whole pterodactyl thing is pretty cool. Who is it, though? I don't think they unmask him. I think it's just like they meet this guy, and then there's not really a unmasking in this episode. The High-Raise one is your favorite. That's the first episode of season 1, and it is pretty good. It's a solid episode. Yeah, this one's called Hanging in There, Scooby-Doo, which I feel like doesn't really have anything to do with the episode besides like the hang gliding. You know? Right? Like, it doesn't really... Anyway, Hang in There, Scooby-Doo, I think, is a B tier. I do think it's better than the Viking one. They both have very, can I put it above? Yeah. I think they both have very nice atmospheres, which is hard to find when we get to the newer Scooby-Doo series. Like, the new Scooby-Doo movies have some pretty scary backgrounds. Scooby-Doo, where are you? You know, you can't even like compare anything to that. It's awesome. The artists who worked on that. Scooby-Doo show has some really good ones, and that really puts it up. The villain's plan, really, that's what really puts it here at B tier, because who would have guessed that this pterodactyl would be smuggling vinyls? Like, what? Like, that's surprising. Anyway, out of the way there. Let's go to the next one, which is this one's for more Scooby-Doo focused, because we meet more of his family besides Scooby-Dum. This is another episode of Scooby-Dum, and it's with their actress cousin. We gotta remember, these are cousins, guys. This is some Sweet Home Alabama stuff with this next episode, where the gang are on set for what's her name, Daisy? Dude. We're about to find out in a second here. This is the Chiller Diller movie thriller. That's the episode. Scooby-Dee. Yes, Scooby-Dee. That's our villain. He is kind of scary. Milo Booth, yes, the ghost of Milo Booth, who looks nothing like the actual guy, as the gang find out later in the episode. And he tries to kidnap Scooby-Dee. He succeeds and replaces her with a bad Scooby-Dee, like just a dog like thing. The episode's crazy. They're on a train for most of it, and it's like, it's like if I stop skipping around and just find something here. That's the actual Milo Booth. He kind of doesn't look like the ghost version of him. So, like, what the heck? What's going on there? But I think this episode is fun. It's, like, enjoyable. Where is it, bro? Keep skipping around here. They capture him in a very funny way. I don't think I recorded that for the clips, but basically, they're at a graveyard, and dude, the gang faked that they walked away, and then he opens the door and they storm in and capture him. And it's the funniest thing. Like, it's actually just so stupid. And they capture him as this dude who was part of the the Ghost of Milo Booth was actually a character in a show that Scooby-Doo was making, but then this other one, like, it's like the Sandy Duncan episode, if you guys remember that, with Mr. Hyde, if you guys remember from the new Scooby-Doo movies, the Sandy Duncan episode. Yeah, so Jim Moss is the Phantom, and his dog was the Scooby-Doo imposter, and Moss was planning to get rich making Scooby-Doo movies using the imposter dog, and I don't know why he would have to kidnap Scooby-Doo to do that. That's kind of stupid. Like, what's the reasoning there? You could just make your dog look like Scooby-Doo and just make stuff with that dog, right? The Chiller movie trailer is an A tier for you. I would have it at S tier if it weren't for all the dog smooching. Yes. I wouldn't agree, but you want to know what I would say? The graveyard, the spooky, like, they're on the train for most of it. The pacing's a little, it's all right. The Scooby-Doo like stuff is corny, stupid. I think A tier. I wouldn't say S tier. I would not say S tier. I think it's a very low A tier, personally. One that is very fun is a very cool racing episode, which is on 0 physical media, mind you. Very hard to find this one, and I enjoy it. I think I need to keep watching it a little bit more, because not many of you have probably watched it, but you know it. You know what I'm talking about, but you haven't actually watched the episode. This is the spooky case of the Grand Prix Race. This is going to be a long stream. Holy. I am struggling here. Let's see. Yeah, it's a racing episode. Let's see here. With the Phantom race driver. There we go. This guy. They made toys of him, but they just, Warner Brothers just couldn't put it on a DVD. They couldn't. Why? Anyway, this is a very fun episode. We got a lot going on with the gang going to a racing thing, like in What's New Scooby-Doo. It's kind of, B tier is fair for this one. I don't know. Let's talk about it before we rank it, though. So the gang find out about the Grand Prix race, so they wanted to pull up, and they realize some racers are disappearing because of a ghost phantom guy who is taking their cars and the people with him. And they explore around, they find some stuff, like that plane, and like a bunch of other things that are not really important, and the ghost driver is very interesting. It's unique. He's got like torn clothes. I think it's like a zombie thing. Like I don't know. It's like weird, dude. It's weird. He's interesting. His car is awesome, dude. Look at that whip, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, dude. I think this episode has potential for being something really fun. I feel like they did it better with like the Fast and the Wormiest or something, like from What's New Scooby-Doo. But the villain turns out to be it was a guy who worked at the junkyard. Is the actual villain. He wanted to like steal the cars. Yeah, he wanted to steal the cars and sell them overseas, which is pretty smart, because if you're kidnapping the racers, then, yeah, I thought that was pretty smart. I mean, it's not, he didn't do that bad. I mean, he had cars, like, being repainted and, like, they can find them and stuff. So he did a pretty alright job with that. But, oh my gosh. But I don't know. What the heck is happening here? Where's the ending? Oh, yeah. Dude, I forgot about this. They catch him in a tree. Did you guys see that? What a embarrassing way to get caught. In your car, mind you. I really enjoy the outfit. Oh, yes, you guys already saw the witch episode. I kind of spoiled what the next one was. But yes, that is our next episode. This one is going middle of B. I don't think it's better than this one. But the witch episode is our next one. I don't like it. Here comes my goofy opinion. I don't think the Ozark witch switch is that good, because guys, are we forgetting the other witch episode in the Scooby-Doo show? Are we forgetting that one? Are we forgetting that one? Makes me think of the werewolf movie. Yes, and I love that movie. Everyone hates Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. I like it. I like the whole wacky races thing. Speaking of werewolves, hey, people in chat, can you guys keep this to yourself? Don't tell anyone, all right? But in October, I'll be ranking all the werewolves in Scooby-Doo, like I did with the vampires. So keep that hush-hush, though, because that's in October. But that's going to happen. It's going to be really, really fun. And I might count Shaggy as a villain. I don't know. He's a werewolf, so he kind of has to go in the ranking, right? Anyway, we got the Ozark Witch Switch. This one's interesting. This one is a something. This one's a I don't think it's A tier. You guys are, yeah. Yes, we will be talking about To Switch a Witch. Unfortunately, I'll be right back though, before we get to this Ozark Witch Switch, because holy moly, this is a lot, bro. I gotta pace myself here and get some water. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's look at this Ozark Witch Switch real quick. Yeah, so I don't like this episode. Yeah, she's got a pretty cool opening, I guess, on the hill with yelling and stuff, whatever. But I don't think this is all, it's all that, you know. It's not like, oh, this episode is the best or anything crazy like that. But it's cool. Like, the gang are randomly, like, the gang choose to spend the night at the Hatfields cabin, like, randomly, these Hatfield people, and the witch attacks them and turns them all into frogs. Yes. 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 Yeah. I don't think this is the one where they read from the book. You're probably right, though. Let's find out. Let's find out. I'm about to find out. I'm about to find out. You're probably right. Yeah, Scooby being... Alright, I don't hate the episode. I'm not saying it's the worst thing ever, but it's not... I just don't... I don't think it's the best of the Scooby-Doo show has to offer, okay? They're trying to make it really fun, okay? I understand that, okay? I do understand that. I think this episode is when they read the spellbook, though. But also, this guy, they call this guy a zombie. Just because he has red eyes and he's bald. He could just be a high, bald guy, guys. Like, come on. And he is. There's no mask. I feel bad for that guy, so he's a bad guy, obviously. But I feel bad for him, because the game thinks he's an undead zombie. I feel bad. Anyway, witch turns the Hatfields into frogs, which basically means she kidnapped all of them. The witch turns out to be a robber who was looking for the treasure that I guess was on the Hatfields' land. Yeah, I guess. Alright, you guys are right. The gags in this episode are hilarious because how the witch gets caught, oh my goodness. Anyway, the gang are in the witch's cave and they make Scooby a witch to confuse these two. But dude, also what the heck is the gang are trolling? Look at this! Look at this! Oh my gosh! You can't tell me this isn't hilarious, dude. They make the witch like act like, oh, I turned into a frog, ah! And it turns out that the witch was actually a shop owner in town, and the zombie was just her accomplice. The zombie was not a zombie, guys. That was just the guy. Yeah. Anyway, episode's fun, hilarious. Spooky spells book. I think you guys were right about them turning into monsters. Spooky spells. Spooky spells turn people into monsters. We know this. Is that a title card for our next episode? We'll talk about that in a second. Let's rank this one. Ozark Witch Switch. Back of B tier. I don't want to do it, but I gotta do it. I think the Viking episode is better. Crazy opinion, I know. I probably have the worst opinions, okay? But listen. I know. We got 2 more. Guys, we got 2 more of season 2, and we can finally move on to the best season. Yes, I do think season 3 is the best season. In my opinion, if we're talking about seasons, okay? If we're talking about episodes, I think season 3 has the most stacked. Like, it's the most solid thing, alright? Because we only have 1 S tier, and these last 2 are not even touching A tier, bro. Alright? Some of the Hatfields look like Charlotte's Web characters. Oh, like the Hanna-Barbera Charlotte's... Oh, yes. Well, also the Hatfields name. Like, Hanna-Barbera uses Hatfields for, like, a bunch of things. Like, I covered when I was doing the Harlem Globetrotters video, if you guys know that one on my channel, I talked about one of their episodes from Hanna-Barbera, which also has the Hatfields. So, you know, Hatfields is common in the Hanna-Barbera thing. Anyway, our next episode, which you saw the title card for, Scooby-Doo in Creepy Cruise. Now, tell me, what do you think this episode is about? If you don't know, I want you guys to guess. Like, all you guys, there's 8 of you here. Come on, somebody tell me, what is this episode about? Who's the villain? Like, if you haven't seen this, you guys probably have. I got Scooby fans in here. I don't have, like, you guys know what your stuff. So I guess I'm gonna have to spoil it. The gang go on the cruise with a group of scientists, and one of them create a time machine which has which creates a monster from the future. Right there. That guy. Yeah. Yeah. This guy. Yeah. That's Creepy Cruise is the title, by the way. It's a bug alien thing from the future. Guys, he's from the future, okay? It's my reasoning is trust me, bro, all right? Just trust me on this. He's from the future. So yeah, this is this episode's it's fun. They're on a cruise. Futuristic stuff is happening. Okay? I feel like this is like the 5th time we've been on a cruise in the Scooby-Doo show. It's very common. That's funny. He just grabs him. Yeah, so obviously the scientists and a different guy were behind this because scientists were like, it's okay, guys. You just gotta give me the money for the time machine. I'll bring him back. I'll take him back to the future. So, you know, get money and stuff, rob him. And the gang get a smart idea by getting the costume. It's a crazy how they catch him. Like, it's actually, like, very... Like, they fake this. That's... who's in the costume? That's not Shaggy. Shaggy was right there. But Shaggy's in the costume, which we're about to see in a second. Are we going to see in a second? Yeah, guys, look. So those guys that try to escape, Scooby catches them. Right? 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 Wait, what? Guys, I swear on everything, Shaggy was in that costume. I'll have to skip around here. Come on. It's making me look bad now. I can't figure it out. Yeah. See? He comes back out. They try to take it from him. He runs away with the suitcase. But the suitcase was empty and they get the real one with the money in it. It's Shaggy! It's Shaggy! See? That was probably the gang's like smartest trap, I'm not gonna lie. They really like they almost succeeded with that trap. Like almost. There's no way most everyone in the gang isn't loaded with money. I think buddy of mine, Dalt, if you guys know his channel, he did a video talking about how much money the gang actually makes in all of Scooby-Doo, and it's very interesting. So check that out after the stream if you want to know more about the gang and money. But look how goofy Shaggy looks. This guy's goofy. How tall is Shaggy? That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah. So these guys are the villains, obviously. The Creepy Cruise. It's honestly not that bad, but I think we gotta go C tier. The next episode I feel like is worse, just for how strange it's just strange. It's a strange one. You follow Doll? Yeah, he's awesome, dude. Great. We were in the talks about collabing on something, but we still haven't figured out what we would collab on, so we're just talking YouTube stuff and whatnot. But anyway, let's check out the next episode, alright? No title card for the next one, by the way. I thought I would mention that. This is the Viking episode. What am I... I'm skipping around weird. There was no title card for the last episode of Season 2. For some reason, Creepy Cruise hadn't had a title card. I don't know why. They just felt like doing like the first title card on that episode, even though Season 3 is going to do them. We got the last episode of Season 2, The Creepy Heap from the Deep. That's the Creepy Heap right there. And he's from the deep. Yeah. The game visits this weird mansion when the Creepy Heap like attacks them and stuff. The guy in the mansion tells him a wild tale, and he also turns to a ghost, supposedly. I like the background. I like that mansion. It looks freaking scary. Okay, it looks pretty scary. But yeah, he's like, oh, I turned into a ghost. I turned into a zombie, or he died or something. Like, look at him. Alright, that's kind of scary, actually. But how he, like, explains stuff to the gang is very corny. Like, it's not even, like, I don't think the gang believe him, like, at all. And it's just that one guy. So, take a gander. Yeah, he lost his spirit. Okay, well, same thing. He's a zombie, man. Oh no! And then the creepy Heap. Guys, it's pretty obvious it's that guy, alright? They trap him. They trap both of them. Wait, what? How do they trap both of them? How'd they do that? If the guy's spirit was, how'd they do it? He's that creepy Heap. He kind of looks cute. Doesn't even look scary. It just looks like a little goober, a little goofball. So this captain guy was doing a illegal, like an immigrant, like smuggling operation with like people from other countries and like try to smuggle them into the U.S. or something. By doing this, like, what a wild action type. Like, look at this. So they're criminals or something. Like, they're bad people. And what is that motive or plan or any biggest I guess ever, bro, for a villain plan, you know? They're bank robbers. But they're also like immigrant bank robbers. I don't know. Yeah, he helped criminals escape for money. Weird. It's weird, okay? The creepy Heap he's cute. He's not even scary, bro. D tier. And guys, somehow we hit the big 2-hour mark. We finished season 2 very fast. Season 3 is not going to be very fast, but here is the list. No F tiers. Thankfully, no F tiers in the last one. For anyone who's new, who's joining us, this is season 2. We're going to look at season 1 one more time, then move on to season 3. Real quick, let me just do this real quick before we switch over. Okay, and then this is season 2. Season 1. This is the list for season 1. Anyone who's new, wanted to see, check it out, take a good look, and then we're going to move on to the third, final season, which has I think it has the most episodes, which I'm so happy. Oh. Alright, first season has 16, second at 8. No, it also has 16. Okay. It's not that's fine. That's fine. All right. Everyone got a good look? All right. Let's quickly switch over to our third season tier list because they're all separate for whatever reason. Don't ask me. I really don't know. Really don't know at this point. All right. All right, here we go. The new list. Can you guys believe it? There are title cards in now in the third season. Whoa, look at all those. I love the title card backgrounds. They're really cool. Like you could see like a different version of them in the background for our little clip showcase. I really like how like the art of the mansion and the game running. But unfortunately, they just kept using them for Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo and like all these other like goofy shows. Used to watch the Headless Horseman episode nonstop. Honestly, same. Like, it's a really fun episode. It's just not S tier. I can't put myself to say S tier. Anyway, the third season has the standout in animation and just villains. Like, there are some really good ones here and really bad ones. So before we get to that, I'm going to be right back one more time and we can finally look at my favorite season, probably. Actually, I don't know. Season 2 is definitely not. It only has like one S tier. Season 1 has like a few A tiers. I don't know. We'll see, but I'll be right back. All right, we're back, and I started a goal for a little Q&A on future videos. If any of you are interested in that, check that out. But besides that, let's continue on to the third season, because this is a lot more episodes, and luckily they're not trash. So let's check it out. If I can get to it, hold up. All right. We got episode 1 of the third season, Watch Out the Willwa. And this one has our giant owl guy as the villain. So let's look into it, because it's insane. It's a very interesting approach. Like, it's not like anything like the villain is an owl, a giant owl, which we're about to see in a second if it shows us. And he has his little like owl people, if that makes sense. There's like, it is interesting, and it reminds me a lot of the Harlem Globetrotters episode with the same type of thing. Watch Out for the Willwa is C tier. Yeah, basically it's the ripoff of Curse of the Viking Lake. I guess, but also no, because it's still kind of unique. It's still like, there's still, I know he's got that little henchman, but like, it's not anything like crazy, you know. But anyway, if we can see the giant owl, we can like talk about it for a little bit. But the gang are searching for somebody's family member. Let's see. I gotta set up the whole thing again. Yeah, Velma's uncle again. So I guess you are right with the Viking Lake, because it's once again Velma's uncle. How many uncles does she have? And I think he's missing or something, and the owl people are responsible. Because, dude, it is... Where are the villains? I wanted to show you guys that. Yeah, there they are. Because it's like, it's interesting. It is interesting. Yep. You just saw him run past. So these owl people with the giant owl like mascot are smugglers. They're smuggling coats and like expensive stuff. And they're on Indian land. So we also see a little bit of the Indians talking about the whole thing with the Willwa and like how the curses come to life. You know, it's like, oh, it's real. Anyway, they capture them. Oh, and also there it is, like the giant owl. If it shows it again, once again, it says like at 2 times speed. We get to see the Indians. There he is. It's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. It's like, it's unique to say the least, but nothing crazy. This episode is a forgetful one. I always skip it. If you guys probably know this whole season because it's called the third season of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? So you probably have that DVD, which is probably how you know this one. So, yeah. Anyway, they capture him. Velma gets to see her uncle again. After all that, of the uncle getting captured. I mean, a little threatening there, but they capture him as these bad Indians who were not very helpful to their group because they were actually smuggling stuff, and that's not really good. So anyway, let's rank this one. I think personally, watch out for the Willwa. I always skip it. Since I watched it, I realized I shouldn't really skip it. It's not that bad. C tier. Alright, let's look at that next one. A creepy tangle in the Bermuda Triangle. A lot of you are going to say pretty negative things about this episode due to our skeleton men. Yes, this is the one with the iconic skeleton men that were also in the second Scooby-Doo movie, of course, like I always all the time. And we see these pilots get captured by a UFO while they're in the Bermuda Triangle. And they lost contact, and this professor guy is like bad. And then we meet this weird guy when they're getting on the beach, and that weird guy is just a sheriff. He's a good guy actually. Once again, it's a lot. It's classic Scooby-Doo stuff, you know. You expect it happening, like, oh, the guy who looks spooky, he looks like a suspect. No, it's actually just like good guy in disguise. I don't know why they always are in disguise. They really shouldn't be. They really should tell the gang, hey guys, I'm a policeman, actually. But we got the skeleton men in this one, and I think I like it more than most of you guys would think. The skeleton men are pretty, you know, they're not scary, but they're cool. I think they're cool. I think the whole art style of them and like how like they look interesting, and I think that's what I like about them. Like I think it's nice. I don't think it's a downside to the episode at all. And the Bermuda Triangle is always like, it's always awesome, like seeing the Bermuda Triangle. So I think this is an A tier episode. But let's talk about a little bit more about these guys, because the gang find they find the ship with the pilots in it. And I don't know if I skipped over the scene, but Shaggy walks in on him all tied up, and then he's like, just walks out, and he's like, oh wait, and he goes back, and he's like, I can't hear you, and it's funny. The jokes are funny. The gang almost die. There's some threat here. There's some scary scenarios. See, Shaggy. I did record that part. Okay, so it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Anyway. It's revealed that the professor, along with the 2 people on the plane, were responsible, and we see this. What is he? 9 feet tall guy? Like, come on, Hanna-Barbera. I thought we had good animation this season. We're gonna get to it. It's not yet. We don't have good animation yet. We will get there. Okay, trust me, bro. That's my. Anyway, Yes, it's the professor and 2 henchmen or pilots or whatever. Those are the villains. This episode is alright. It is, I think it's an A tier. I enjoy it. I like it. I personally, I know it's not, it's not the best. It's not everyone's favorite, but I like it, so I'm going A tier on this one. Low A tier. Low A tier. Anyway, the next episode is probably some of yours like most watched episode, and you were like probably didn't even know it was from the Scooby-Doo show. It is A Scary Night with a Snow Beast Fright. This episode was on the Scooby-Doo Winter Collection, which one of my first was it? Or is the first DVD I had in the DVD VHS, and it was, I always watched this episode from the Scooby-Doo show. I have probably the most, I remember this episode the most out of all of these episodes because I watched it so much. This is the episode with the giant snow dinosaur in Antarctica. Yes, it's this episode. You guys all probably know it and enjoy it because I like it. I don't think it's the best. I think the last episode was comedically better, but this is a very fun winter time, and especially when it's winter, it's a great watch. But anyway, our Snow Beast is actually a animatronic, believe it or not. I can't believe the 50 feet tall dinosaur, Arctic dinosaur, is actually, it's actually yeah, it's actually like an animatronic, but it's awesome. I think it's unique. I was like, ice dinosaur? Like, what? Who came up with this? So, yeah. Anyway, it's revealed that this animatronic is actually part of an oil rig operation in Antarctica, and it's this guy who was... He was the suspect number 1, I feel like. He was, like, kind of suspicious the whole time, but I guess they didn't realize that, and it's great. This episode is fun. Gags are on top. I've just seen it so much. It's one of those overwatched episodes, so not my favorite. And, yeah. I think it's a respectable B. It's not A tier, but... this episode's awful. I think it's a B tier, just nostalgia aside. It's not that good. But it was on so many releases. Like, Warner Brothers really wanted you guys to watch this one. This was like my most watched episode from the Scooby-Doo show by far. But you want to know what second place was? It's our next one. To Switch a Witch. Oh my. What a awesome episode. Let's talk about it, if I can get to it. If I can find it. Alright. Alright. Here we go. If it works, to Switch a Witch. This episode is goated. It is great. That's all I can say. What's your favorite Scooby-Doo special? What do we mean by Scooby-Doo special? Like special episode or movie? Like a special, there's a lot of Scooby-Doo specials. Like, what do you... I need more off of that. But yes, we have the Witch of Salem. A much better witch. Probably the best witch in OG Scooby-Doo by far. No reason in particular. Just this one's the best. No reason. Great episode. This one is iconic. Many of you already know. So, What happened here? What? Yeah. Okay. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, so the gang go visit their friend who is being accused as a witch by the town, and the town is trying to kill her on Halloween. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. And the gang search and find out a lot of information, like how she has a secret twin. And believe it or not, that twin is the witch. Even though they don't really look exactly alike, but you know, might not be like that type of twin. And they talk about a lot of witch stuff. They're in Salem, of course. Salem is an iconic spot, like Sleepy Hollow, like what we were looking at with the Headless Horseman. It's very iconic, very real places. So I really enjoy this one. I think it's a great like Halloween episode, of course, because the Shaggy and Scooby-Doo go trick-or-treating in this one. And Scooby gets accused of a witch and almost dies because this town is insane. They're actually insane. But anyway, they capture a witch as her twin sister, who was trying to steal her identity or something to get a fortune. Of course, money. She was trying to scare her sister away to like own the house or something. It's a big house. I mean, you know, something like that. It's great. It's great. This episode is so iconic. It's my second most watched episode. I love it. Can't get enough of this episode. It's so good. So easy S tier, obviously. I got S tier just because of me saying it. Like, I like it. So I put an S tier because I like it. So yeah. All right. To switch to which S tier, the crazy thing. I don't think Loch Ness Mess is a Scooby-Doo special, but if you want to call it that, yeah, it is a great episode. If you were last live stream, well, no, was it last live stream? The live stream where I ranked the new Scooby-Doo movies, that one, I think I put that pretty high up on the list because it is very good. Anyway. Next episode, we have back-to-back iconic episodes with the Tar Monster. Well, what do you guys know about that Tar Monster? A lot, probably. Alright, let's get to that. This Tar Monster, dude. The Tar Monster is unbelievably iconic. I mean, like, what hasn't been said about the Tar Monster? Like, actually. He's awesome. He's awesome. So, let's see here. Episode 5, Tar Monster. Jeez Louise, man. The gang encountered the Tar Monster when they visit a archaeological site in Turkey where a bunch of archaeologists get captured by the Tar Monster when they were investigating a secret area, which the guy talks to them about. Yeah. So they were investigating the secret area and Tar Monster attacked them. Now, let's get a little scientific here because tar. Do we not know how tar is? It's like glue, you know? It's like the very heavy, sticky substance that like stays, like if it dries on you, like it's just like it's, dude, how is this thing goopy like that? I feel like this wouldn't be possible, obviously. The Tar Monster from the second Scooby-Doo movie, live action, dude, that thing was scary because he could just like suck you up and like grab you. Dude, that was scary. Hot take, I think the Tar Monster is an overrated monster. It's a cool concept, but I don't like the execution. Yeah, I think he looks really cool. I don't like the episode. So I agree there. I do agree. But yeah, yeah, I like, dude, he looks awesome. Like, this is what I was talking about, the animation stepping up a little bit. He looks freaking great. Especially running around and stuff. Awesome. The episode isn't so good. It's just classic Scooby-Doo. It doesn't need to be awesome, you know. It's doing fine. It's a fine episode. It's a fine dandy time. But that's all it is. And we get some more soup. Like we get some more stuff. Like that guy could not be in that suit with that. He couldn't. If that was actual tar and he was in an actual tar pit, he would be dead. No doubt about it. But anyway, this guy right here, he was. What was he doing? He was trying to get fortune from the underground city that they were. He was trying to rob the city because of the he was an archaeologist, and since they discovered all that gold and stuff, he tried to become the tar monster to scare everyone away so he could get that cash, get that cold hard cash. So next episode. That's not the what the heck. Next episode. I want to do the title card. That's why I'm being flippin' annoying here. Unless you guys don't care. If you don't care, then it's whatever. I mean, there we go. Next episode. Let's rank the tar monster. Obviously, it's gonna go in B tier. Joking, C tier. It's above the owl one, but I don't like this at all. What is my favorite Scooby-Doo chase song? Great question. Oh dang. There's so many. I like a few from What's New Scooby-Doo that are like actual songs that you can like look up on Spotify that I do listen to occasionally. I talk about those in my What's New ranking video, but if we're talking Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? I would have to be like the Headless Spectre chase song or the Caveman one. 7 days a week. That one's good too. Those are both very good ones. But if you like the punk rock like style of music, What's New Scooby-Doo has you, bro. There are so many bangers in What's New Scooby-Doo. Alright, so moving on to another episode. You guys know this one, but it's not iconic at all. I'm sure you guys know this one. It's the Loch Ness Monster episode, a Highland fling with a monstrous thing. It is a interesting episode, to say the least. We have the gang visit Daphne's friend, Castle Macduff. Is it Daphne's friend or a relative? If it's her relative, that I feel like this episode has a big inspired the that What's New Scooby-Doo Loch Ness Monster movie. Let's find out. No, it's Velma. Velma's friend Aggie Macduff at her home Castle Macduff in Ireland, and they visit that Loch Ness because it's around it, and well, that's kind of scary actually with the Loch Ness Monster shadow. Like, I can't say anything good about it. Like, this episode's fine. Loch Ness Monster, obviously, we've seen the Loch Ness Monster before. The new Scooby-Doo movies did it better. We have a ghost Irish guy. Yeah. Loch Ness Monster, this one's it's alright. It's alright. He looks fine. These are the most fine looking villains you'll ever see in Scooby-Doo. I mean, that's, yeah. Another door gag. This is funny with the Scooby, Shaggy, and the little guitar thing. That's funny. For an Ireland episode, I don't know. This episode has some strengths and a lot of weaknesses. It's probably the most mid thing out of the Scooby-Doo show. The Loch Ness breathing in Scooby Shaggy's window and Shaggy playing. Yes, see, the jokes are hilarious. Yes. Yeah, that one is hilarious. It's actually like really funny. But anyway, yeah, the gags are funny. I can't lie. But it doesn't excuse the strange villains in the poor thing with the gang finding out about this guy smuggling wristwatches illegally to the U.S. So yeah. That's whatever. let's rank it. A Highland fling with a monstrous thing is going in C tier at the bottom. But, you know, it's not horrible, but yeah, okay. 2 hour and 30-minute stream. Oh my, this is about to be a 3-hour stream. Let's move on to the creepy case of old Ironface. This one is absurdly iconic. You guys probably love this episode. Let's talk about it. Of course, this is Ironface, the dead convict from Skull Island or something that has come back to haunt everyone. So let's find out a little bit more about this. We got torpedo sharks. We got Mama Mion, who the gang meet as she is a figure skater when they go get food at her place, and then they go to Skull Island because they oh frick, I just messed up the whole. Hold up, guys, I gotta skip all the way back to where we were. Oops, that didn't take that long though. Anyway, Mama Mion has a very crazy operation going where she is smuggling criminals and leading them to the Skull Island, where she keeps them in like a very fancy area. Yes, this is the show of Scooby-Doo. I think we might see him a few more times. We're in the 3rd season if you're new to the stream. So might see another Scooby-Doo. We don't know. We're on the Ironface episode. You probably know this one. Yeah, so Mama Mion is Ironface, and she is doing this whole smuggling operation with food and whatever, and the prison is being used as a fancy thing for criminals to stay in so they can move out or something. I don't, something like that. Anyway, this episode's great. I don't think it's S tier or anything crazy like that, but this definitely has a relevance in modern Scooby-Doo, as in Cyber Chase, and also Scooby-Doo movies even, like Frankie and Creepy, and the second live action has a little bit of references to that. And, you know, throwaway lines like, oh, we fought the Ironface and stuff. The torpedo sharks are pretty cool. Very, very unique. Not much bad to say about this episode, except the pacing. The pacing is a little... Yeah, pacing's a little iffy there, but I think it's a good A tier. Obviously. It's low A, but like, it's a respectable... It's crazy that I'm putting the one with the skeleton people above it, though. I want to, okay? Alright, it's the leg. Alright, we're back. What's weird is I know these as Scooby-Doo Where Are You Season 3. So yes, about that, the 3rd season of Scooby-Doo Where Are You doesn't exist. That was marketing. It's actually the 3rd season of the Scooby-Doo show, repackaged. It has a skin on it that says Where Are You, but it's not. It's the Scooby-Doo show. And that's not... It's weird. I don't know why they did that. It makes people confused, like how you're confused about that right now. It's dumb. It's the Scooby-Doo show. It's confusing. But anyway. Let's continue on. Yes, the lag is bad. We gotta sit through it for a second. I'm fixing it right now. Just stand by, all right? And then we'll move on here. And we're back. Oh my, that took a second. The lag is bad sometimes, but we are back, and just to clear everything up, Season 3 of the Scooby-Doo show is the Scooby-Doo show. It is not Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Alright? No matter what they say. Just ignore that, because that's just not, it's not what it is. Anyway. Also, Season 1 of the Scooby-Doo show was it was mixed in with the Dynamite Hour. It was a mix in for Season 1. Season 2 was mixed in with the Laugh Olympics airing when they aired it. They're not, the Scooby-Doo show is its own thing though. I hope that clears everything up. Next up, we got Jeepers, it's the Jaguaro. We got to wrap things up. We are almost at 3 hours of a stream. This is my longest stream yet. Perfectly fine, though, because we got to see these rankings, because there's going to be some surprises coming up. Alright, so let's check out the next episode. Jeepers, it's the Jaguaro from the third season of the Scooby-Doo show. Let's see what we got here. I feel like it would be offensive to think that of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Like calling it the 4th, 5th, and 6th season. Because, I just don't think this is as good as Where Are You? That's why I don't want to even associate it with that, in my opinion. But yeah, you can, that's, I guess that makes sense. Would you rank Laugh Olympics? It's not specifically Scooby-Doo, and I don't think it would get as much views on a live stream. I did briefly talk about it in a video, which is one of my really old ones, so you would have to like scroll back to find it. It wasn't a good video, but if you want to see what I think, then check that out. Let's check out Jeepers, it's a Jaguaro, because the gang are stuck in the Brazilian jungle, and they learn about the Jaguaro, which was a like legend of a god that like lived in Brazil or something. In this Scooby-Doo thing. I mean, look at this beast. Hunking giant. And, you know, they worship it. It's a very interesting culture thing. Scooby-Doo loves doing that. I don't know why. They can't just keep, like, I guess, if you wanted. Anyway. This episode's fun. I just, personally, I just don't like episodes that aren't, like, basic, I guess. Like when they're in Mexico, I don't really like that as much. This one I don't really like as much. Or in like Brazil or something. I don't know what's with those episodes that I don't like them. I just don't. The Jaguaro is a hunking beast of a villain. This thing is scary. So that definitely gives it points. On top of the animation getting some, it gets better. The animation is getting better. I mean, look at this, him like crashing the bridge. He's threatening. This thing is insane. It's like, I can't say it's not. Like, and then we have these like tribal like worshippers who are also like they're insane. Like this episode's wild. It's a wild one. And yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he does, bro. He probably does hit the gym more. Would you ever consider making a future video about the Scooby-Doo browser games? I personally would not. I don't think it would be a popular topic to talk about. I don't think people would like even like care that much about that, but I don't even care that much. I used to play them, but yeah. I don't know. We'll maybe. But yeah, the Jaguaro is interesting. This episode's, I think it was in our smuggling rig. I just watched this episode like yesterday, but you know, when the episode's something you don't really like know that much about, you're just not gonna remember it, you know. So the Jaguaro, the guy behind it, wanted to scare the natives away from their diamond mining operation. Oh my, that's a lot. I guess he kind of did a good job, but there were still the worshippers, you know. He still had like a little bit unsolved stuff. Did that guy just give the gang some diamonds? Good on the gang. So that's how they make their money. Well, now we know. Now we know. How about that? How about that, huh? Alright. If I can, like, skip correctly here. Yeah, he gave him, look at that! No, he took it back. He swiped it back. Yeah, I saw it. Never mind. The gang don't make any money. Unfortunate. Alright. What do we think? Jeepers, this is Jaguaro chat. What do we think about this episode? I think it might just be in our C tier. I don't like this episode that much. Edging D tier, honestly. Yeah, it's D tier. It's D tier. At least we have a very, you know, there's a lot going on with the list, but yeah, D tier. One that I do kind of enjoy, kind of not, this is like the most mid episode for me, in my opinion, is the next episode, Make a Beeline Away from That Feline. These titles are just gold titles, like awesome. They're just peak. They're great. Yeah, the Jaguar episode is kind of all over the place. Yeah, don't like it. Don't like it. But there are some really good ones coming up. That's the thing. Just gotta wait for the great, I guess. All right, let's talk about the feline one. Make a beeline away from that feline. If I can find it. Make a beeline away from that feline is S tier. Whoa. Creeped me out as a kid. My second favorite episode from the show, Behind the Harem Scarum Sanitarium. Well, let's see. I don't think it's S tier, but it is very enjoyable, in my opinion. I do like it. Don't get me wrong, but don't think it's all that, but we'll see. Yeah, so the gang visit Daphne's aunt, who is kind of doing like the Mr. Hyde thing, where she like turns into the monster, which is very scary. I feel like look at that. She turns into an evil cat creature. This is where the animation starts getting flippin' awesome, because Hanna-Barbera realized they can add shadows and like actually move their characters around. Where did this budget come from? What in the world? Like, I'm like, oh wow. So this cat creature, kind of an early version of Scooby on Zombie Island, if you know, you know. Very, very cool. I mean, very, very, very awesome. Like, you are right about being somewhat scary. You are. The gang visit their aunt, who tells them about how she turns into a cat and steals jewels, much like the ghost of Mr. Hyde. But she actually has a watchkeeper guy who's kind of suspicious, who like gives her meds and stuff. This might mean something. I don't know. The gang visits the cemetery to learn more about this cat creature medallion thing. And they do. They see a cat creature statue, which shows that this thing is kind of popular. I mean, he's got his own grave. And then it's just another statue, right? Yeah, this is weird. Dude, you want to know something crazy? Something crazy here is this animation, bro. If I can, come on. 1 second, guys. I feel like I need to state this. Like, this animation of Scooby moving is like really good. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get copyright, so I'm not gonna like show a lot of it. But like, shadows, dude, shadows. They added shadows. That's and then that cat creature episode, really good. Turns out, Daphne's aunt wasn't really doing all that. What episode are we on? We are on season 3, episode 9. We are almost done. If you want to check out like a 10,000 vote ghost or something, if you're new to the chat, you can go back in the stream and you'll probably find it. So what do we think about Make a Beeline Away from That Feline? I think strong B tier. Above the Snow Beast episode, strong B tier. The animation, the villain, the whole plan with the Daphne's aunt not really actually being behind it, which is a surprising difference than the Mr. Hyde, where it was actually her physician who was actually behind it, because he was the real robber, and he wanted to frame an elderly woman instead. I thought the guy was her therapist or something. No, I don't. Now you're making me confused. I'm pretty sure he gave her like meds and stuff. I don't think it was a therapist. I think it was like a doctor. Pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. We got the creepy creature of Vulture's Claw up next here. This one is something different. And I know I say that for all of these, because the Scooby-Doo show is very experimental. It wasn't very classic, villains and stuff. This one is... This is another one with the title thing, guys. Like, what does this title mean? The creepy creature of Vulture's Claw, you'd be like, oh, it's like a bird or something? No, it's the bug monster episode with the bug. Anyway, let's check it out. So this one we meet... Yes, we meet a Professor Greer and we find a 7-foot-tall praying mantis as our villain. And the doctor talks about how this thing came to life in his gardening business or whatever. And like, dude, that's a crazy looking monster, dude. It's a 7-foot-tall praying mantis. What? Insane. But anyway, this guy, this is one of the more funny gag episodes. I mean, the villain's not really that scary. It's just a praying mantis who's really tall. I mean, if you saw that, if it didn't look like a robot like it does here, if it looked like an actual like praying mantis, that would be kind of scary. Kind of reminds me of like Goosebumps or something. Kind of like bug monsters and stuff coming to life. Like kind of the same thing. We have a lot of suspects. Very like what's going on, stuff like that. If there is lag, guys, just hold on a little bit. Might be a little lag here. If so, it's what just like wait it out. But anyway, they wake up the professor because why is he sleeping? This confused me when I was watching it. Why is the professor sleeping when there's a praying mantis on the loose? Maybe because it is the professor. So the professor wanted to own the property that he was working on because there was oil on it, which he found while working, and that's pretty smart. And he almost got away with it, but the gang realized how much he didn't care about this praying mantis, which kind of explains who it is. So, yeah. The gang actually didn't know. They didn't know it was Professor. I didn't know either. Because, look, these suspects came out of nowhere. Like, why'd they do that? That was kind of suspicious as it, like... that was kind of suspicious, like... Anyway. Yeah. It was the Professor. Pretty funny. Like, who would have guessed? Like, actually, I wouldn't have guessed that. I was kind of surprised. The creepy creature of Vulture's Claw. It's funny. It's funny. But I'm looking at the other episodes here, and I think it has to go above the Jaguar episode. That's it. That's all I can do. D tier. Yeah, why was it doing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. They just popped out of nowhere, the other suspects. That made them more suspicious. Like, what? What in the world? Alright. This is a fan favorite underrated episode. The Diabolical Disc Demon. Holy moly, this episode, dude. I can't say enough, alright? Yeah. Guys, I don't know if I can play a lot of the beginning. Major copyright stuff, but, dude, this animation is insane. For 1976 or whatever. The Diabolical Disc Demon is like a Kiss, if Kiss had like a monster mascot in the 70s. And this writer-producer is getting attacked by him in this crazy opening. This is an opening, mind you, okay? Like, look at that, bro. Oh my goodness gracious. Probably the scariest opening of the Scooby-Doo show by far. Not by far. Not by far, but that was amazing. Peak animation for Hanna-Barbera. But then we get this, like Fred's foot isn't painted. You know, they had to have some liberties here. Like they couldn't just everything couldn't be perfect. But anyway, the gang go to a radio station to see a band. No, they go to a producing area or something like that. Main producer guy, he's missing. Disc Demon got him because the place is haunted. They're making music. Gang's friend Scooby doing a little cosplay. That picture is peak profile picture material. What I just paused on there. Wait, he just like. Okay, whatever. We can't question this. This is Scooby-Doo. This episode's amazing. I can't say like enough. The chases are scary. The villain is unbelievably intimidating. Like, oh my goodness, he's very, very scary. This is the scariest opening. Very creepy. My favorite intro in the Scooby-Doo show. Easily, yes, correct. Truth nuke, bro. Oh my. I just want to see a little bit more of him. Where? There he is. Got him. I'm skipping around here, skipping through the episode here. But yeah, so it turns out that the come on. Yo, why are we lagging, bro? Why are we lagging? Yeah, Disc Demon, he does fall off a little bit throughout the episode. He's not really as intimidating, but he is scary. He's still scary. He's just a little sneaky dude. A little sneaky guy. Look at him. Look at that little guy. He's a little sneaky guy. Alright, anyway. Turns out that the behind the mask was Ace Decade, and he is, who is he? Bro, I forgot so much. I'm actually like cooked. Alright, anyway. Not like I'm 3 hours into the stream or anything. Gotta cut me some slack here, guys. But Ace Decade, wanted to steal this song to steal a song that incriminated him and to steal his uncle's records. Yeah? I mean, records are probably pretty. They're still spent. You could probably make some money off of those records. Oh yeah, it was him. Yeah, that's the singer guy right there next to him. Okay, yeah, I remember that now. I like the Diabolical Disc Demon voice, especially his laugh. Yes, very, very good. I can't say anything like bad about besides the pacing, maybe the pacing, and that's about it. I mean, you gotta like the music stuff to like the episode, obviously. But I do, so it's going in S tier. I mean, yeah, Ace Decade, Ace Frehley. Yeah, it's probably. Scooby-Doo loves its references to actual people, like making a little like puns of their names. They love doing that. There's too many to count. I don't have the willpower to even like look up all that. But yeah, I like this list for season 3 so far, guys. But before we punch through these last 5 episodes, I'll be right back. All right, and then we'll fug it out and get all these done. Alright, we are back, and there's only a few minutes left for that goal. If you guys want a Q&A on future videos, check that out. Anyway, we got our next episode, Scooby's Chinese Fortune Kooky Caper. What a title, oh my. Alright, let's lower this music and get into it. But like I said, a few more minutes left on the goal. If you guys want to check that out for a little Q&A, if you want to know more about future videos. Anyways, let's check out this episode. This one is crazy as the gang go to China, and while they're there, they run into the Moon Monster. What? Moon Monster? Let's check it out. So this one is interesting. What else am I gonna say? That background, look at that, is beautiful. See, that's what I'm saying. There are some episodes with really, really nice backgrounds. Now, let's check out some more stuff. This is like Mystery Mask mix-up. I don't want to stereotype, but you know, they're in China, so you know, just gotta compare it to something past Scooby-Doo, and that's what most people watching are probably gonna compare it to. The Moon Monster is unique and scary at the same time. It's a fluffy, furry Chinese horn ghost-like being that glows and is, oh my, the gang have a flat tire. That's why they're at China. How'd they get their car there? So many questions I have. But anyway, forget about all that, because we gotta learn more about why they're here and why this ghost is doing everything, bro. Because the truth is, this guy is behind a treasure thing. He's trying to steal treasure from the gang's friend's nephew or whatever. And the story is very interesting. This guy right here has a lot of money, and the Moon Monster is trying to steal it. And I really don't have much to say about this one, guys. Animation-wise, there are some cool scenes. The gang go exploring, find some more hints to what might be really going on. And yes, the atmosphere is really cool. The ghost is really cool. The story is not that interesting at all. But, you know, it's not horrible. I think it might just be an R&D tier, unfortunately. But there is so much potential. It's very, very cool looking, the ghost chasing them around. I feel like the Scooby-Doo show would have benefited from chase music, but I feel like they wouldn't do that with how many episodes there were. 40 episodes compared to Scooby-Doo Warriors 25. You know, it's not that big of a difference, but obviously it is, because this is a long stream. So let's finish it up here with our next episode, A Menace in Venice. What a name. I think it might be like the best title, one of the best titles of Scooby-Doo show. So let's rank Scooby's Chinese Fortune Cookie Caper. Is probably going bottom of D tier. I'm not going to put in F tier. I think there's a good amount of potential here. This is very forgetful, so it's not the episode's fault. It's just it's not the greatest. So let's check out A Menace in Venice. What a name. Great name. The gang are in France, and dude, what are they doing in France? The gang, this is like the start of the gang going everywhere. And they don't stop. It starts becoming a very common thing. So anyway, the gang visit the gang visit their friend Antonio in Venice, Italy. Did I say France? I meant Italy. This might be my favorite episode then. And find that he's haunted by the spirit of an ancestor, the ghostly gondolier, who seeks to steal the ancient necklace that their friend wears. Scooby backgrounds are undefeated for the most part. This Scooby-Doo show definitely has less amazing backgrounds, but you know, there's some really cool ones. So yeah, that's the ghostly gondolier. He's trying to steal these triangle things for a ceremony, and those aren't good Italian pizzas. I don't know what the heck that they were making there. Shaggy, come on, step it up. And they meet a lot of suspects. They learn more about the ghostly gondolier in the past with these amulets that he's trying to collect. And it's pretty simple story beats, which I think that's like good for the episode, honestly. And the gondolier is very intimidating when he has to be. He really wants those amulets, and he will not stop until he gets them. So that really adds to a lot of the episode for me. And also the villain's out, like the look of him it's basic, but does a great job at what it's got. Like, it's just a black face with the yellow like eyes moving around. Like, I think they did an amazing job portraying that. And yeah, he's trying to steal a bunch of stuff. He is a big stealing guy. I wish we can get a good Scooby movie that sticks to the classic vibes. Same with how most properties need to be adapted. I have very high hopes in the Netflix show. Very high hopes. Like, just looking at it, the cast really loves these characters. They are very into Scooby-Doo, so I feel like that would, like, it's gonna be great. I think they're gonna make a very good, like, adult, like, mature version of Scooby-Doo. That's, sure, I don't want it to be live action, but I think it's gonna be very good. Do you like Mystery Inc? Of course. It's the best. It's just a huge series, so it's very hard to cover anything about it. I might cover the dynamic between Sheriff Bronson Stone and the mayor, mayor dad, because their dynamic's awesome. I might. Animation wise, Menace of Venice has more great animation, like smooth animation. I think I recorded some of it, not all of it though. Like this little thing here, them flying, like, look at that. It's like they upped the budget for sure in this one. So props to them, honestly, like, great job. Anyway. Turns out our Menace, who is also in Venice, is the gondolier, who is Mario, who was trying to find the lost treasure to keep it for himself using those amulets. Bro is the greediest guy alive, probably. So anyway, this episode's great. I love the Italy, bro. It's awesome. One of the next episodes. The next episode sucks, unfortunately. So if I can stop at the right time here, come on. It's like a game here. It's like a little game. All right, there we go. Yes, I really enjoy Menace in Venice. Really cool. I think an easy A tier here, be below Ironface. Actually, no, above Ironface. No, below Ironface. I can't decide. They're even. They're even. We are almost done, guys. If any of you stuck by the whole time, that's actually impressive. You are a real fan. Thank you so much for watching. Would you rank the Laugh Olympics, or is it not able to be ranked? I wouldn't personally rank them in a video or a live stream. I talked about them in a video a while back, but I wouldn't want to, because I don't think the episodes are that good. They're enjoyable, but I don't think there would be any standouts. You know, there's not going to be any like, oh, this episode's a gem or something. I'm going to definitely buy the Laugh Olympics Blu-ray, because I do want to check out those episodes that I haven't seen. But I don't know. I wouldn't go out of my way to make a video on it. So no would be the answer there. Next up, we have Don't Go Near the Fortress of Fear. Now, this episode is stinky doo-doo. It is not good at all. I would just want to put it in F tier, but we do have to still talk about it. So before I even do that, let's talk about this episode, because our villain is just a guy. It's a glowing guy, actually. Oh, that's news about Laugh Olympics. You can buy the Blu-ray right now, actually. It's been out for a month now, so check that out. It's not cheap, though, but I'm going to get it for my collection eventually, but yeah, it is out. It's very, very good news. But I still wish they would do DVD, maybe. But Blu-ray makes sense. They want higher quality, so it's still a cheap release though. It's not like they didn't put a lot into it. But anyway, it's cool that we have it. Let's check out this episode though. Back on topic. All right. So don't go near the Fortress of Fear. It has to do with our. Where are we in this one? I think is this France? I think this one's France. No, Puerto Rico. I'm way off, guys. I am way off. Yeah. So we have our weird ghost guy, Gondolier, not Gondolier. It's been a long stream, guys. It's been a long stream. All right. The gang heads to Puerto Rico for a holiday, and they visit the ancient Fortress of Fear, where the ghost of General John Carlos, who guards the El Muerto fortress, wants them to stay away. And he has these cannons that he's shooting stuff out of, and I think it's like treasure. And he's shooting it towards a boat where he can collect it. And that's him right there. Guys, can you believe it? It's just a guy in a little night thing. Yeah. He glows every now and then. He shoots, he's trying to get treasure. There's the treasure right there. What are we saying in chat here about this one? I've got Don't Go Near the Fortress of Fear in C tier. I thought the cannonball gag was kind of funny. Yeah, but I just don't think gags would, they can't carry an episode. I mean, maybe, but I just don't. I like villains, and I want to see like rewatchability. Would I rewatch this episode? That's kind of what I think here. This one, no, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch this again. It's pacing's bad, villain's bad, villain plan is good, gags are good, jokes are good. That's about it, though. That is about it. So. Can I skip properly here? He does have cool animation if I find it. I think I have to go back to find that though. If I wanted to show you guys the animation. Yeah. He's got a little bit where he goes like shadow. The shadow is what Scooby-Doo, all they needed was shadow and they can. It's terrible next, yeah. I don't know why I'm harping on it still, guys. This is just an F tier. Yeah. Can I get this is nope, that's not the right thing. 1 second. Okay. Let's just flip back here. Yeah, F tier. Alright, next. That's about it. That's all we need. That's all we need.